Alright, welcome back to Blade Knuckles Garage. A lot of cool things came out of the 70s and 80s, including awesome vans. So today, we're gonna do a little maintenance on this one. Start by doing the spark plugs. Check out these lines on this 1989 Vandura. Let's have a quick tour here. Oh, we're gonna hop up into this baby. Oh yeah. Luxury model. Power windows. Very nice, very nice. For anyone who hasn't seen this before, gear shifters on the steering column. There. All right, you may have noticed the engine is inset on these babies, so we gotta take this off, this whole dog door. There's clips on the side here. Pop these clips off, and then get at the screws, probably a couple down there and probably a couple up top. We'll take a look and see. I've worked on older ones, but not this one so new, so maybe this will be easier. Yeah, right. Okay, now for this door to come off, there's these are almost like pins on the inside here. So if you have a flathead screwdriver and just push gently on the outside, in theory, you should just, oh, there it goes, pop out. There's one. Let's put the ashtray, I guess. And the other one. Now the reason for doing this, here's the other one, is because behind here we have our last two bolts. And in this case, they're again Phillips bolts, Phillips head bolts. And yeah, this will hold on the top of the dog door to get at the engine. Okay, now with the bolts off, give it a bit of a wiggle. This will come right out. Let's see, we've got some wires back here for the cigarette lighter, which many of you will call the 12-volt adapter, but it's a cigarette lighter. What else is this? There's some wires in here. What the heck is this going to? Looks like some kind of wires going to something here. Some kind of aux cable setup, I think. Okay, anyway, let's get all this out of here. Now that we got that out of the way, let's have a little look here at the bottom retaining brackets. There's some bolts here. That one is is it a 13 or a 12? Maybe a 12? Let me see. Maybe it's 13. We'll try a 12. Let's see. No, 13. Okay. I don't know where this goes, so we're just going to unhook it. Alright, now, if this is done correctly, it should just come off now. Pardon me, little light. Super user-friendly. Oof. Oh yeah, there she is. Oh. Now, if you made it this far, congratulations. Cheers to you, sir, or madam. Okay, so while we're in here, we might have a look at a couple other things, but the main thing to start with is the spark plugs. So there's a couple there, and a couple in there. I don't know how convenient that's going to be. We'll figure it out. All right, let's get the boots off. Make sure that the engine's cold when you do this. Good gravy. Get some, quite the burns. Oh, I got a busted thumb on my left hand, so I can't really grab that too easily. How about, oh, wiggle, wiggle. There she goes. Okay, now for this one, I'm gonna use a 5/8 spark plug socket, which is strange because I don't think I've ever used this in my kit. So, let's just get her on there. All right, let's try with a wobble head. Check out our first plug. Alright, doesn't look that bad. It's not all muddied up and fouled, so I mean that's good. The tip is burnt on the one side though. So we're gonna replace these. Just to make sure we had the right gap on the spark plugs, I went looking around. Fuel injection. Alright. So just see if it had any like engine decals on it. Fuel injection's a good one. That should mean it's yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a carburetor. And there's fuel going right up into it. So I don't know if this is the 7-liter that came that year with the carburetor. Somebody swapped it. But I don't think this is the original engine. And the 5-liter and 7-liter have different gaps. So, since it was running good before, I'm going to check the gap on the old plugs and just get an idea and try to make sure the new ones are the same. Okay, here's the old one. Here's our gap feeler gauge thingy. They're not the most technical. But let's see, you just slide it in here. You got some numbers on there and see where it stops. 0.04. So the two kinds of engine are either 0.35 or 0.035 or 0.045. So this is right in the middle. Let's take out some more and just see if they lean more towards the shorter side, which I'm guessing probably 0.35, or the big ones. Man, oh man. So much room. So much room to move in here. Ooh, that one doesn't mean they're very tight. Not that they should be uber tight to begin with, but still, you don't want them falling out when you're driving. Alright, we got the second one here. Check the gap on it. It's a little over 0.03. Oh, it's 0.040. Maybe they're just worn down and they were all 0.035 to begin with. Considering the wear on these things, I think that's very likely. So we'll just go with the stock ones then. These are pre-gap for 0.035, so we're just going to use these since it is the same plugs. So let's just do that. These ones look fun. Lots of room for your hands in here. Just check this out. There's also a sensor here that's not hooked up. Oh, we'll hook that up after then too. That just does not want to come off of there. Of course. Of course. Let's try this one first, maybe. Where is it? There it is. There's these super annoying heat shields, but I'm afraid to take them off because these tiny little 8mm bolts are old and they'll probably just break. And I'd rather not try to source little tiny parts that I don't necessarily need to do. So yep. Come on, tripod thingy. Work with me here, bro. It's turning. Just difficult with the wobble head on there. Wish it had like a, oh Christ. The last one we pulled out is worn down quite a bit. You can see there, so This was a good time to do spark plugs on this old girl, because this is going to make a big difference in performance and fuel economy. Now, since the new ones are pre-gapped, we don't have to worry about that. And the socket's got a rubber thingy in it, so the spark plug doesn't fall out, which is kind of nice. So make sure don't get a bunch of crud in the hole. Line it up. Nice in there. There. Oh, there. Just like that. Give it some nice twists. Spark plugs, you want to give a little oomph, like a little snug, but you don't want them super tight. Some people put them way too tight. That's not how you're supposed to put spark plugs in. Oh, there. Okay, I'm just gonna do a couple more of those. When you put the plug wires on, you want to push them until they click. Well, we got the one side done. Now that wire is going to be a problem. And what's that for? It's like wires here that don't go anywhere. Okay. Anyway, let's check the air filter. Do the wing nut. Since we're in here, I mean, why not, right? Oh, somebody glue that on there, or what the hell? Come on. That looks very dirty. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that as well. That's probably a good idea. Ah, fudge. Oh, Jesus. There goes my knuckle. Bastard thing. DNA forever imprinted on the engine in the form of red blood cells. Oh boy, now the last two, the fun ones. Where all the metal is. Okay, now the wire that was broken, the end came off. Oh Jesus, I just stepped on the... Anyway, I'll link a video up in the corner there. There was a video I found, I should have recorded it, I didn't think of it, but there's a video I found on how to fix the wire. So now, with any luck, we'll give it a quick go. There's no air filter on it right now, but that's fine. We're not gonna have it running too long. Make sure the wires get sucked into the carburetor. Okay, here we go. Hell yeah, that sounds good. Take a quick look at the exhaust. Listening to misfires, stutters, smoke. Oh, that sounds great. All right. Well, that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching. If you got your own shaggin' wagon, now you know how to do the spark plugs. See you next time.